Ladies and gentlemen, a potential stock market meltdown is currently happening in the futures market, and it's all because of the potential trade war that is brewing right now between US and rest of the world. What could possibly happen after this? What are the scenarios, and how should we prepare ourselves? Today, I will attempt to answer all these questions. Please watch on to the end where I tell you what I'll do. So the stock market is poised for a meltdown right now. And this because of the trade war over Greenland, and US and Europe are going head on. And we should analyze this standoff and what are currently being impacted right now and what could possibly be the outcome. So just to have a quick recollection, so Donald Trump really wants Greenland, okay? And as a result, because of eight NATO allies, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, UK, France, Germany, Netherlands, and Finland, all ganging together and posturing against Donald Trump. Donald Trump was very TL and very unhappy, and basically he has basically said that 1st of February, 10% blanket treatment for all goods on this nation. And if they don't back off and let him buy over Greenland, that will be 25%. Okay. And as a result, both sides are very upset. So Emmanuel Macron, the French president, has basically signaled that he will orchestrate the whole EU to use a trade bazooka and target $108 billion in US imports and weaponize $13 trillion of US assets that are held in Europe. So this is what he's threatening them, and both sides are not giving in at this point in time. So as a result, wow, currently the futures market is going up and down, but generally going down. The S&P 500 is now hitting 1.8 as I checked a moment ago, and the Nasdaq is negative 2.2%. That's quite a lot for one day. And the Europe stock market right now going down at 1.4%. So right now is literally a fear that is pervading in across the entire stock market across the world. Now, as another indication of fear and the need for security, gold and silver just hit all-time high. Gold has hit $4,700 per ounce, and that's really insane. And silver has also gone up significantly. For those people who have bought gold and silver, congratulations to you. I actually didn't think that gold will continue to hit all-time high after such high, but I was wrong. It continued to hit high. So that's great, okay? Because number one, for all my customers who have bought gold from Taka Jewelry, they have made a lot of money. And I also bought myself a little gold chain, not that it costs a hell of money. But I think this is a mark of insecurity in the world right now towards the geopolitical space in the world. So 2025, we had a precedent, right? This is called the Liberation Day. And let's take a look at what happened in 2025 to help us recall what happened. It should be fresh in everybody's mind. So April 2025, Trump suddenly announced a reciprocal tariff against China, Canada, Mexico, Europe, in fact, for the rest of the world. Everybody kena minimum 10%, and some will hit 25, 30. He hold this board. And as a result, wow, the stock market just massively crashed. And it crashed by 20% in about 7 weeks. And when did this recover? Well, the truth is, Donald Trump quickly pivot as fast as he started negotiate. And guess what? The whole stock market recovered very, very fast. Okay, so that then following then country by country start negotiating in US, and deals were cut, waivers were made, and they settle for lesser numbers in terms of tariff. And there came the famous phrase called taco. Trump always chicken out, which I'll talk about it later. So the taco theory, which is a very funny theory, is basically saying that Trump always chicken out. By the way, this is a very nice picture of a taco, but now, of course, got US dollar and coins inside. So basically, Donald Trump, we know that he's just using this as a leverage. He really don't like things to crash. He hates the stock market crashing. He hates US economy going down whatsoever. He's a businessman, but he uses all this tariff as negotiation leverage, and people, okay, realize this after some time, because we know that he always chicken out whenever he see the stock market crashing. Whenever the stock market crash by too much, he suddenly back off and say, "Oh, did I say that? No. Did I actually say that our hit everybody? No. Actually, no, nothing. Right? His words is just hot air sometimes, and that's caused strategic confusion. Okay, he caused strategic confusion, and we just classify that as he's chickening out. And so, with this as a precedent, I don't think this thing will go too far. Okay, but we know that there is a chance that this thing could worsen if he insists. Okay, force Denmark to show hand in a sense. And well, I would say that if the market crashed by about 10 to 15%, history suggests that it'll be borderline a taco moment, because Trump usually chicken out around that level. Give you three scenarios what could happen, and I'm happy to hear what your scenarios are. And one is that both sides don't give in, right? Trump say, "I want Greenland." No, Europe say, "No, no, no," and then they langa, they just clash. And basically, Trump throws a heavy tariff on Europe. Europe triggers the anti-coercion instrument, which is the trade bazooka. Boom, right? And this is where U.S. Treasuries get sold off in a massive way. Stocks get sold off in a massive way by Europe institution, and the stock market just crash. And as a result, wow, S&P 500 crashed in a massive way, and supply chains are hurt, and things just get out of hand and things like that. Now, this scenario will be very bad. And I would think that if this kind of scenario happens, easily 20-25% crash, I think is possible. But the frank truth is, I think that the taco outcome is a more likely one, which is Trump will back out. So he will see the stock market crashing, 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 and then he won't be happy. He quickly say, "Oh, I have a great call with Europe leaders. I've decided that okay, we decide to hold back, postpone, and we let's have some dialogue. Maybe I won't need to take over Greenland. I just lease it for 10 years, and we have some kind of collaboration agreement, whatever kind of nonsense." He's famous for that. Okay, and as a result, there will be a relief rally, and everything just go back to normal, and the stock market will go break all-time high after all-time high after all-time high again. This is very possible. And the third one is what I call the ugly piece, which is Europe chicken out. Okay, Europe chicken out and just say, "Okay lah, EU gather together and decide, sorry, Denmark, you're too small for us. Greenland, 50 over people, a piece of junk land with just snow and ice, let you have it, lah. No, Trump, let you have it." Wow, then Trump will say, "See, I did it again. Wow, scrap all the tariff, stock market go to the moon, and peace return. Ugly, big fish eat small fish kind of thing." And therefore, Greenland get betrayed by the rest of people. NATO failed, okay, and Putin and Xi Jinping laugh until their teeth drop at the lousy outcome of NATO, right? Just nothing but always talk. So I think these are all the outcomes that could happen. I don't think Europe will give in so easily, because giving up land to another country is something crossing the line. So I think that the likelihood of Trump tacoing is higher. I don't know. What do you think? So you have to look at 2025 and 2026. 2025 Liberation Day, April 2025. Trump whacked 10 to 25% tariff on average to many people. The stock market crashed down by 20%, and in one day, gone up by 10%, 10 over percent. And basically, the resolution is just handshake, right? Handshake. We've talked with everybody. The big turnaround came with China, right? They postponed the tariff with China. Everything is okay. So this time around, well, it's different. Okay, we don't know what could happen, and if the trade bazooka is being used and fired against Trump, maybe there'll be something. I just want to say something about Denmark. First of all, Denmark population about the same as Singapore. Okay, about the same as Singapore, about 6 million people. Their military might is 21,000 troops only. 21,000 troops. Okay, and they are totally hopeless. 21,000. What is 21,000 against US? There's no fight. What what I'll just say is that their military is totally hopeless. Yeah, I think even Singapore can easily overrun Denmark if we want to, but it's just too far away. I'm just saying military strength, our reserves are in the hundreds of thousands. So, but however, that's it, okay? What we are not sure is if US invades Greenland and Denmark fights, okay, will the rest of NATO come to Denmark's rescue? This is now NATO country versus NATO country. They are not supposed to fight, okay? But if such a thing do happen, what can happen, right? So I I think that if NATO and EU come to Denmark rescue, I think Trump will chicken out. I don't think that Trump will activate the military solution because he hates war. Okay. Now, going after Venezuela is a hit and run. That's okay. Going to conquer another land, it's a different animal altogether. So I don't think that that will happen. Okay, unless Trump behaves against what he usually do. He's just very against wasting money in war. He's not against war. He just don't want to waste money in war. He's just at the end of it a dollars and cents person. If we just understand that, then the chance of him activating the military solution is very low. So what is Europe doing? Europe is basically weaponizing capital. He's basically say that we hold $10 trillion of US stocks and bonds. Okay, we are prepared to sell it down and slam your US dollar down and slam your stock market down and things like that. But the frank truth is, a lot of all these assets are with private funds. How is the Europe government supposed to tell all these private institutions to sell down, unless they give them a lot of incentive to do it? But Europe is very poor as well. So if that were to happen, wow, then that's another story altogether. Okay, if that really happened, that's another story. In a sense that if US dollar is being sold off, wow, the US dollar coming down will be quite a serious matter. I don't think a big crash will come, but I'm positioning for a big correction. Okay. I currently just wait and see what the market opens up. And at 10:30, if the market opens up, okay, then maybe there's something there. So right now, I'm preparing myself for a correction. I don't think a big correction happened, but I'm ready for it. So let's see over the next few days what will happen. It's very difficult to predict the size of the crash because it's all linked to geopolitical movement and a very eccentric and volatile US president. So you can't make a guess how long, how much will it crash or so on. But all I can do is to just get ready when it does happen. Okay. So I'm just ready and see whether this will happen. I wish that it will go down quite a lot actually, because I'm ready and been waiting for a long time. So I'm armed and ready. I've been calling out the need to rebalance, to rebalance, to rebalance for months. Okay. And I'm also have been calling out accumulate dry powder, accumulate dry powder. Those people who has followed me on my crash buying series will know how ready I am. I've educated everybody. So everybody should know what to do. So I've actually put the QR code for my Telegram group here. So everybody please scan. Anything real time, I will inform everybody there. And very likely, I would also go live whenever action should happen. Hint, hint, actions should happen. Okay. So make sure you turn on the notification and follow me very closely as we see how this stock market crash could unfold. And I think this is a opportunity for me. Okay, I better say it's an opportunity for me. I've been waiting for this for a very long time. I'm very happy to actually see there's a possibility of a downward movement in a very big way. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but let's just watch tonight 10:30 and see whether the market has any interesting movement. And I'll step on the live stream tonight. So everybody, please follow me tonight. Okay, bye bye.